Hi guys, today we are going to do how to support somebody with dissociative identity disorder. And there are 7 steps to that. Number 1, learn about dissociative identity disorder. One of the best ways you can support someone's DID journey, whether your own or a loved one, is to learn more about the condition. Find books and documentaries about DID. Connect with organizations such as the NAMI to learn more about DID and join support groups. And I want to add that if you have someone very close, like a spouse or a very close friend, they can also be included in your therapy once a month. That's what happens with my therapy. My children go once a month. My husband goes once a month. This gives that other person the support they need to learn about the disorder and to help you when you need them. Number 2, listen and offer support. If a loved one is diagnosed with DID, talk to them. Let them know you are open to listening to their experiences to the point they feel comfortable sharing. You can start a conversation by simply saying, "I am here for you. How are you?" You don't need to solve their problems. Just listen. If you are the person with DID, ask your friends or family members if you can talk about how you are feeling or what's happening in your life. Create a support system within your social circles. Now I'm going to offer more on my end. One thing you want to make sure you do with someone with DID, even if there's an angry alter, an aggressive alter, or a little out, is to stay calm. Keep a calm voice. Even if they're aggressively interacting with you, these are things you don't take personally. All my family and friends know that if an aggressive alter is out or if someone is speaking in a very angry tone, to not take these things personally. Number 3, connect with support services. If you or a loved one needs help finding a therapist or other services, there are ways to find treatment and support. Now, I do have videos on YouTube and in my videos posted here on TikTok about how to get support, who you can go through. Is it rare to find a really good therapist? I'm going to point out, yes, it is. They are very rare and few between. So personally, my journey, because I've been at this so long, I allow my therapist to allow students in to learn and observe so people are more aware of DID. And I know that's hard for some of you new people, but keep in mind, it's teaching things that they need to learn to understand. Number 4, meet them where they are. It can feel confusing to interact with a loved one who is disassociating. While signs of disassociation tend to be subtle, sometimes people with DID may suddenly appear disengaged, frightened, or spacey. If you notice such behaviors, remain calm, and remember that people with DID often disassociate automatically as a way of feeling safer. If you are the person with DID, you can provide as much information as possible to your loved ones about the condition so that they are more able to be as supportive as possible when it comes to condition management. Personal opinion on that, I know that's a tough one, and some of us cannot put that information out there because of the fear of DID being so misdiagnosed, faked on apps, for media attention, things like that. So a lot of us tend to hide. For me, I'm a little more aggressive because I've been at this for so long and I'm well educated on it. And the fact that I have it makes it to the point where it's a little more easier to talk about it. Number 5, addressing self-harm and suicidal behavior. If you or someone you care about are hurting themselves or struggling with suicidal thoughts, it is urgent that you or they receive help. Now, you can call a national prevention suicide line to connect with a professional immediately. Some systems like mine, it's not a suicide attempt. It is more of a way to get out a feeling of anger or an emotion, of fear. That's my personal journey on it. As far as other suicidal issues, does it happen with some DID systems? Yes, it gets to that point. Most of the percent of the time, it's just a behavior that is hard to get rid of in a lot of DID systems. I personally go through that issue still, and I have since I was probably about 14 years old, in that range. I'm not sure. I know a lot of it started with the cult issues. Number 6, help prevent triggers. Triggers are external stimuli that cause distress. Examples of triggering situations include being in a crowd or hearing a particular word or a loud noise. Potential triggers are limitless and are highly individual. For someone with DID, triggers can provoke flashbacks and disassociation. You can learn about your loved ones or your own triggers by asking directly or by observation. With this information, you can help prevent distress situations. Now, for me, practicing to know ahead of time where you're going and what you're doing and planning ahead helps prevent a lot of triggers. So planning ahead for a trip or a public outing is always a good thing. Last, number 7, take care of yourself. When we support people who have experienced severe trauma and or have mental health conditions, it is important to take care of ourselves too. Such self-care can include quiet time or engaging in restorative activities such as creating art or exercising or music, etc. Self-care can also include seeing your own therapist and participating in support groups. Now, self-care for me is very important. I always try to take time to ground myself, and grounding is also taught to all my alters. So something that they enjoy is something that all of us have to give each other. And that's a hard thing to learn, and it took me a long time. You have to teach alters to take care of other alters. So that's something that I found very helpful. Again, talk to your therapist about learning the parental role and teaching each alter from little on up to support other alters. Find ways for them to help each other. Find ways for them to, how do I put that? Care for each other, understand each other, etc. So that's all I have on that today. My link here that I read this through is through www.mcleanhospital.org, and it is based off of McLean's reports. She's a very well-known DID doctor, and her whole page has got a lot on dissociative identity disorder, so check it out. Again, you're allowed to use this in your therapy if you need to. You're welcome to show your mental health care professional if it helps. Loves. Bye.